Good day, viewers. You are welcome to another edition of your program. It is Bulwark against addiction, and coming from AFRICUNIA TV. And I'm with my guest, Barrister Jude. Barrister Jude, it's a pleasure to have you here once again.
I'm humbled to be here also once again after some break. You know, it's a privilege being here once again.
Well, how's the week been so far?
Well, Lagos and the stress, it's as usual, but we thank God for life, and we're here.
Yeah, how's the weekend going to be?
Hoping it's going to be fine.
Okay.
It's going to be fine.
Well, last time we discussed at length drug abuse and how drug abuse is being dealt with by the authority. Now, the authority that is concerned, the key authority, that is the NDLEA. I'm here to discuss with you NDLEA and how it's evolved. All right. So, Barrister Jude, to be candid, can you just tell us how NDLEA was born, the concept that produced NDLEA?
Okay. All right. Thank you. NDLEA, it's actually an agency of the government. It's an agency created by decree 1989. Decree 48, 1989.
Okay.
It was created, and then you need to even know what is NDLEA for our viewers who are not aware.
All right.
The word NDLEA implies National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. That's the meaning of NDLEA. So it was born by a decree of 1989, Decree 48. That was during the military government. I believe that was Babangida. That should be Babangida's government, 1989, and it came as a result of the need to tackle drug-related matters. I think that's the genesis of the word NDLEA, how it was founded and how it started, and then the current chairman of NDLEA right now is currently Buba Marwa. His name is Buba Marwa. Obviously, you should have heard about the former Lagos State Governor of Lagos, retired Buba Marwa, Colonel Buba Marwa. He's the current chairman of the NDLEA. So I think that's this was the introduction of NDLEA. Well, so it came from a decree. It's currently an act now because we're actually practicing a democratic civil government. So it is now an act.
Well, good to know that the decree that brought NDLEA into existence is now an act due to our democratic nature. Well, moving forward from that, there is something that's really historical about NDLEA and the drug addiction crisis in Nigeria. It shows that even way back when it was enacted, that should be around 1989, thereabouts.
Yeah, 1989.
1989 or
1989.
Very good.
Decree 48 of 1989.
It shows that then even drug abuse and drug addiction were already pandemic for the states to enact a law to take care of that problem. Now, way back and now, let's look at the achievements of NDLEA. Talking about its own success stories, and to what extent has it gone in curbing the menace of drug abuse, drug addiction, and related vices. So let's talk about the achievements of NDLEA. All
right, thank you. And before I progress to the achievements of NDLEA, I also wanted to make mention of something in respect to your earlier question.
Okay.
NDLEA, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, duties and responsibilities, and then by virtue of Section 1 of the Drug Law Enforcement Agency Act, it says their duties are very clear. Why it was created was to fight matters of cultivation, manufacturing, production, trafficking, and use of hard drugs. So these were their intentions why they were created by virtue of Section 1 of Drug Law Enforcement Agency of 1989. So progressing on to your question, the major achievement, I think it's recorded so much achievement. It's numerous, and then we can't just stop listing them out. Obviously, time to time we hear things of NDLEA intercepts certain persons in connection to drugs, either at the airports, or sometimes you see informations come out on TV or news. in the year 2008, there was a case involving a woman who was boarding Aminu Kano airport through Kano, and she was actually coming from abroad. She was intercepted with about 42 wrap of narcotic drugs, cocaine, and she had to end up, she excreted it. Obviously, it was online. The news was everywhere, and I think that was a major success. Imagine if she was not intercepted and she didn't excrete that. Who knows where that woman would have taken that. So I think there are numerous achievements, and there was even a case in 2009, September precisely. There was a Guinean woman who came through Lagos airport. She was intercepted to a very large drone. It was reported all on air. It was actually online. And to also give record to the achievements of Drug Law Enforcement Agency, in 2009, during the reign of, obviously, I don't know if you have an idea, George W. Bush, the former president of America. He certified Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency. He certified them and kind of eulogized them for their numerous achievements in the fight of narcotic drugs. So if a great country like America, the president of America, could recognize the fight against drug abuse in Nigeria, so there are numerous achievements. We just can't keep listing out as regards Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement agencies.
Well, good to know that NDLEA, as a department of the government, has gone a long way in combating drug addiction, in the activities surrounding drug addiction, like cultivation. That's the entire trade and trafficking of drug addiction. And good to also realize that the American state at the time really acknowledged, certified, probably saw the NDLEA as an ally or a partner in combating narcotic activities in the country.
Yes.
So that's right. We're beginning with a short break now, and viewers, once we are back, we will discuss the achievements more, and we're going to talk about the loopholes in NDLEA. Welcome back, viewers. We are still on the program Bulwark Against Addiction, and today we are talking about NDLEA, its origin, success stories, areas of to be worked on, and of course the innovations to be incorporated into it with time. So, Barrister, well, as a seasoned legal practitioner in the country, where are the shortcomings of NDLEA coming from? Despite its achievement, there are still some stories probably that escape the media or that are on the media concerning the faults or the fortnights in NDLEA. Although it has done so much and there are so many success stories, and good to know that one of the most active governors in Lagos, then a military governor, is now the head of the government bureau that's fighting drug addiction and drug-related crimes in Nigeria. So what exactly, or what are the areas that NDLEA is having challenges in Nigeria?
Yeah, very good question. And yeah, generally, Nigeria itself, virtually every agency, every sectors of Nigeria has its challenges.
Okay.
And the country, the economy entirely, it's in quotes sick. But we can't rule out the fact that NDLEA has its challenges. Exactly. Yeah, that's true. The major challenges, if I can really point out, the major challenges in NDLEA, because matters that has to do with you arresting someone for drug-related offenses. Of course, we know, as the law says, everyone is innocent by law until if proven guilty by competent court of law. Even if you found me with cocaine or igbo in my hands. Are you getting me?
Why guys like this?
So it requires, so the major challenge now, it's there's always a way out of it. Imagine a case whereby you find somebody suspected narcotic person of having hard drug, in possession of hard drugs. Of course, you can't crucify him or pass judgment on him or her. Okay. You still need to go through the process, which is the law court, And going to the law court now requires you proving those things beyond reasonable doubt. Though to a great extent, they've achieved meaningful successes by proving those things beyond reasonable doubt. But you know, when you can't get to the law courts, it goes through a process, adjournment, a drug-related matter, a suspected person for drug offenses can be in court for like 10 years,
in Nigeria,
8 years. It can be very discouraging. I think these are major challenges, and at the end of the day, you know, the drug enforcement law agencies, the officers doing very good jobs, and you get to court, maybe they are unable to prove it beyond reasonable doubt, or it goes through perennial times, long, continuous adjournment. I think these are major challenges, and the remedy to this very challenge is that if we had a case whereby this is drug-related matters, if, for example, officers of drug law enforcement agency find somebody suspected to have been found with hard drugs, and there's like a kind of a tribunal court set aside for this purpose of trying, acquitting, and you know, trying, acquitting, and
executing
matters related on drug law related matter.
Okay.
It speeds up cases, and it makes cases easier. So
Perfect.
it means if, for example, now I was found with hard drugs, certain volume, the officers found me with hard drugs. Of course, the next thing they have to do by law is to charge me to court. They charge me to the tribunal that's reserved for that purpose, and because that's the purpose of why they were set up for, the tribunal, it speeds up the case. But in case whereby they have to go to the regular court, of course, we know in the regular courts, there are different matters the court is entertaining, both civil, criminal matter. You now bring up drug-related matter. I think these are some of the measures. And another challenge, again, I feel and I believe they are having is the officers are not well motivated. Because we all know the importance of, if you are being motivated in any job you're doing, it goes a long way. Financial motivation, maybe their enumerations are not well paid or paid on time. And when you have a staff who is not well motivated, is faced with somebody who pushes hard drugs, and he gives, for example, somebody who is a suspect, found a suspect and being caught, and because he needs to escape justice, he awards the officer very large sum of money. And the officer thinks of the fact that, maybe, for example, now somebody found in the airport now, a suspected drug addict or a suspected drug baron found with hard drugs, and he or she awards the officer large sum of money. And the officer thinks of the fact that, in my lifetime, even if I was to retire, I can't get such volume of money. He collects it. So that's where motivation comes in. So these are numerous challenges. The agencies, but above all, I think they are doing well. They are trying. Okay.
Very, very good. And a very important point here is remuneration, the payment scheme or structure for the employees, the officials of NDLEA. That they need to be well paid.
Yes.
If they are paid, you get more motivation,
and it increases the zeal to do the job,
to fully combat the menace of drug addiction. Very, very powerful one, very important one, and also the stipends as well. So the payment should compose of the normal salaries and the stipends. If there are stipends, they will turn down corruption or corrupt tips from criminals. Oh no, corrupt tips from suspects. Like if they are tipped by the suspects, they might bend the rules to favor the suspects. So if they are getting stipends, they will avoid tips. Are you with me?
Motivated.
So apart from that, I think they even need discipline as well. They need to recruit the best minds who are well disciplined to fight the menace. So payments, they are prone to corruption due to the challenges they are experiencing with remuneration. And of course, we're looking at the whole legal cycle of prosecuting, everything.
A suspected drug.
The time frame is lengthy, and the legal cycle is also lengthy. So there is need to do a lot concerning what shortening the time frame and the legal cycle. Well, guys, we're going on another break now, and when we're back, we will talk about innovations that can motivate and improve the services of NDLEA. Don't go away, stay tuned. I'm still with my guests and still Bulwark. Thank you. Yo, welcome back, viewers. It's still the program Bulwark Against Addiction, and my guest is still here, Barrister Jude. Now, Barrister Jude, let's just finalize on this now. You know, we've seen the good sides of NDLEA and probably the bad side now. Now, what can be done to increase the good and limit the bad? Now, talk about innovations now, technologies that can help in combating the menace of drug addiction. So what do you think can be hard on to improve?
Yes, thank you. In respect of the technologies you're making mention, I remember during the George Bush administration, even up until now,
okay,
the American government usually supports the government
of
with
Nigeria.
technologies.
Oh,
yes,
wow, that's good.
Scanners, those equipments they need.
Okay.
You find lots of them donated by the American government through their various through the American embassy. You find them in the airports, you find them at the seaports, you find them at the borders, donated by the American government. You know, I think to a great extent those innovations has played a great role. And also, I was looking at the area of using animals, these pets like dogs.
Yes.
I know in America, for example, now dogs play very significant roles
Exactly.
in the fight of narcotic drug-related matters. And of course, we know what it entails. You using a drug, it means that drug would have been trained for those purposes. And you training those drugs for those purposes involves a lot of care, a lot of maintenance, a lot of special psychological
Draining of the dogs.
training and mindset and programming the drugs. You know, even sometimes when you look at some of those films you watch on TV, you see when a foreign police comes into an environment with a dog, is trying to sniff where is drug coming from. The dog is going here, going left, going right, and the next thing the drug sniffs and the senses sense, you know, it directs the dog, oh, this is where it is.
Okay.
Of course, we could have such in Nigeria. Yes, they do. I'm not really at the fact that the drug law enforcement they don't have things like dogs. They do, but of course, how well are they taken care of? How professional are those dogs really in tackling those? No, they are trying. That's
biotech.
They are trying. There are times you go to the international airport where the sections where you have drug law enforcement officers, they come in with dogs. But to a great extent, I really don't know how proficient or how efficient those dogs are, because it entails a lot. The feeding of the dog every day, the training, when you see a dog who has been programmed for that purpose, it involves a lot. So these are part of the innovation technology that could be of help. Then, I really don't know how well IT compliance or ICT the officers are.
You know that here in Nigeria,
tackling matters of that.
We are gifted many IT gurus in Nigeria. We've mentioned the software components that should be incorporated into the activities of NDLEA, and you have mentioned biotech, use of dogs, also of rats. These animals, they are very good in picking rats.
I'm just okay. Maybe
yes,
I learned
rats.
From
yes, the rats can even detect 9 miles below the Earth's surface. Yes, so biotech, right? These animals are good when it comes to observing the things that the human senses can't really pick due to their remote locations or natures or due to how obscure they are from us. Like normally we can't perceive the odor of drugs when it is hidden, maybe in a dog cage or briefcase, but dogs can pick. So the
can I interject you?
All right,
you made
go on.
mention of rats.
Yes.
Interesting. So can rats? We learn every day.
Rats can detect. Yes, they are good detectors. They can detect 9 miles.
So maybe I might stop killing the rats in our premises. We might start recruiting them and start training them for those purposes.
Yeah, they are animal eats.
I'm learning. I think I learned something from this today. Okay.
And our viewers are learning so much from two of us. So
yes.
These rats are like animal eats. They can do a lot. Rats and dogs, they can do a lot in fighting terror, fighting drug trafficking. But one area I think we should explore is anti-narco-terrorism move. Although we don't have those challenges here, like Mexico and USA, where people push drugs with hard weapons. There are these military men across the US borders pushing drugs to America with hard weapons. So we don't have such big problems here. So, but we should not just let down our gas. We need to recruit a military form of NDLA that can fight narco terror in the country. So I know we have this terrorism here and here. They thrive on illegal drug trade. Of course. So narco terror will also help to the war against narco terror. We help to bring down terrorism in the country. So well, good to have you here once again. I'm really happy. It's a nice time, Barrister Jude.
Thank you.
And I hope that you come here again to shed more light into the legal dimensions when it comes to war against drug addiction. All right, viewers, we have come to the end of the show. It's Bulwark against addiction. I hope you kind of gained enough knowledge concerning how to combat drug addiction and concerning the activities of the NDLEA. If you can say the questions in, and next time to be another time to discuss more about drug addiction. And it's still Bulwark from AFRICUNIA TV. All right, have a nice time, people. Bye.